It's Wednesday titled Twit. Ashley, welcome to the show. What are we going to discuss today? Are we actually going to start the show on time? We fucking are.
Oh no, the Canadians are coming.
Chris, John, and Irish Ashley combine to make the ultimate team, better than any wet dream. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream. John's the CEO and boomer. Ashley's the real leader. Chris brings the vibes and juices as our enjoyment increases. Welcome to the Untitled Twitch stream.
Woo! Yeah. You're listening to UTS. You never had radio like that in Ireland, did you? Like the really intense, like gravelly morning DJ just talking about women's breasts?
Maybe not. We had radio though. It was just,
yeah, but did you have like there was a program that I adore, even though one of the guys is definitely a racist now. Like definitely. It's a show called The Opie and Anthony Show, and they had something called Whip 'em Out Wednesdays, which is this: if it's Wednesdays, women should whip out their breasts. Yo!
It is mad that that's a real show that existed.
Oh my god! It's also where Patrice O'Neill, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Joe DeRosa, like so many amazing comedians are a direct result of the Opie and Anthony Show. And I'm going to say this:
I've heard of the Opie and Anthony. Oh, the what show?
Opie and Anthony Show.
Opie and Anthony.
It's ridiculous. And like, by the way, they're like the most highbrow, successful version of it. There were so many, the regular guys, the monster boys. I worked for a show called Aaron and Tasso in Montreal, Ashley. Tasso was a Greek man pretending to be a more exaggerated version of a Greek man.
Right.
This is a very interesting, like Canada and very specific places in America stereotype is that there's a violently large and vocal Greek community, but no one talks about it outside of those communities. Like, it's just like, why is that guy yelling at that another guy over how they've parked their cars? We're in the Greek neighborhood. There's just a level of rage here day to day that's just, it's a bit more hot-blooded Mediterranean. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
When have you seen two people arguing over a parking spot in Scotland?
I haven't witnessed it.
That's the thing.
But I'm sure it's happened.
You need that Mediterranean blood. If not, it's far too Presbyterian in Scotland. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's just sitting on their hands waiting for an opportunity to take it all out on one person.
We both pooed.
Oh, it was great. Let me say this. I've been having some problems with my gut. It's just things have not been moving in the appropriate fashion.
Are you interested in taking a probiotic? You should do that.
That's what I've been doing. I've been taking fiber gummies and apple cider vinegar probiotic things. Woo! Woo! Come on, everybody. Oh,
I was taking one for a while, and then I stopped when I started this job. I just found I was too busy and I wasn't getting around to it. And I've realized I need to start taking it again because it's silly and it was helping.
The difference is noticeable, and what a pleasure. Oh, I took just an absolute, it's 5 minutes of just an absolute fiesta in the, like just an absolute, let's head for the exit, boyos. Did Ashley clog the toilet? Please, Ashley, if you clog the toilet live on air, you're taking a camera into the bathroom and we're unclogging the toilet together.
I didn't clog the toilet.
Of all time.
I did not clog the toilet.
Oh, boo, boo, boo.
I have clogged many a toilet in my time. The first time...
The crowd's happy to hear you didn't clog the toilet.
The first time I went to America.
Fantastic.
I was 9. So a 9-year-old girl clogged the toilet in New York.
Oh, shit. I didn't turn those off.
And I remember it so vividly, and it was an important lesson in the fact that Americans make their toilets smaller than the UK.
No, that's not true. This is just a
It is
specifically
true.
small toilet. Listen, you're talking to a man who cacks big, madam. We're talking, it looks like mason jars have come out of my
It
ass.
might just be in New York, I don't know, but they definitely had smaller, like,
Holes?
yeah.
I disagree. As someone, there's toilets in the UK that I just would look at the shit and just know, oh, I'm gonna have to walk out of this restaurant quickly. We're paying this bill at the bar and we're just walking out. Looking at our part, we have to go. If they want an
Uh-huh.
explanation, I can show them, but why we have to leave? But they're English, so if they do, they will then immediately commit some sort of virulent, awkward suicide.
I was staying with my family, we were staying with friends of my parents, and I had to come down and be like, I've blocked the toilet.
There
And
is
my dad
nothing
my
horrific in the world, Ashley, in the fucking world than having to say to another human being in a home they live or own, my shit was too big for your plumbing. I'm gonna need you to tell me where you're. Also, any
I
human
was
being,
9.
any human being that does not keep a plunger in the toilet, you get
There
what you
was a plunger, I was 9, I didn't fully understand how to use
extenuating
it.
circumstances, of course. I'm extending this out to adult life, where a couple of times I've had to be like, let me
Oh.
borrow your, I need to know where your plunger is. The plunger should be in the bathroom. If the plunger's not in the bathroom, you fucking deserve to know that hi, you invited me over for dinner and I hope you cooked a lot of food, because guess what I do with this body? I make big shits and one of them's going in your house. Chris
My
Martin,
dad's friend absolutely loved it. He just and
best.
he
I could be friends with this guy, no problem. This guy sounds like
oh,
my kind of guy.
you would probably be you would get along very well with this man. Um, he's great. He used to be a caricaturist for the New York Times.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds like such a weirdly an Irish job. Like it's just it's a backstory of a guy who lives in
Yeah.
a 2-bedroom cottage in the middle of fucking Cork now. Well, you know,
Mhm.
he
He
used to
lives
be a
in a
cartoonist for the New York
he
Times.
lives he does live in a pretty rural cottagey type building
Come on.
in Wexford.
Does he have a big
Um,
dog?
no, they have a lot of really, really big cats though. Like really big cats, and
There's something about
they grow
Irish.
weeds and
They grow weed? Is that what you
they
said?
grow weed and all the
Oh yeah.
weed plants have different names.
Yeah, different
And
strains.
yeah, but it's just funny.
Oh my god, I want to be I would love to hang. This guy sounds like me in 40 years.
You know, I think he might be.
Yeah, just a fucking artsy dick.
Yeah.
I've also decided there's going to come a point where either my politics or my vibe is just going to need the countryside, because I'm getting
Yeah.
really close. As my hair is going more and more up
Uh-huh.
top, I'm more and more thinking it's time to grow out the sides. You know what I mean? Like it's like, let's get crazy here. Come on, Ashley. It's a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
It is a good idea.
It's not a good idea.
Just
Don't do it.
like imagine just like a night, and it's also it goes like this. Boo.
It does. It goes really frizzy, doesn't
Mhm.
it?
Imagine that long. Oh yeah.
Please don't.
And I just
Please
don't
don't.
address it. What?
Please don't be that person.
I want to be one of those comedians from the 80s that just made a bunch of jokes about their appearance, but their appearance is very clearly manufactured. So it's so clear that they wrote these jokes and then got the
And
facial hair.
then, yeah, yeah,
Guys, well, I
it's
mentioned this
funny.
on Sunday's episode, but I've been watching a lot of old. Oh, no, this was, I think, off mic. Were we talking about this off mic? I can't remember if this was on or off the show. I'm watching a bunch of old stand up comedy now.
I think it was on the show.
I can't remember. Also,
Can't
newsflash,
either.
everyone. Did a bong rip also when I pooed. Also, I have a bong now and some hash. It's a great thing, but holy shit, am I baked right now? Like, Ashley, I am so stoned. I keep thinking about ham.
Oh. You know, I always feel really validated when you reveal that you've been doing some drugs because I always think it's me.
First of all, it's ironic that you have that thought and you're the sober one, because the stoned person should always think it's them, because it
I
is
just
usually them.
It is usually them, yes. I always think I'm misunderstanding some element of the conversation, and then I realize, oh no, he's stoned.
I would like it noted, by the way, that The same thing happens when I'm sober. It's just people have something to blame it on when I'm stoned. When I'm sober, they're just
No,
sort of like,
I
this is who it
I
is.
do. I find myself questioning myself when I talk to you when you've been doing any sort of drug.
Go on.
What, like, I feel like I'm getting it wrong.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, no, it's just half speed, yo.
Yeah.
Do 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 do.
Doo-doo-doo.
I I gotta say this. A friend of mine recently conducted a survey because they have started smoking weed, and they're like, "I'm tired all the time." And like we were in the middle of a festival and a bunch of stressful things were happening, and I felt very vindicated because I was like, "It's not the pot that's making you exhausted; it's your life."
Mhm.
And then they abstained for 4 days, and they were like, "Still exhausted. You were right." And I was like, "Yeah, we did it."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's in the
Yeah.
same way that I don't like when people blame booze on people's personalities. Oh, they're just like that because they're a drunk, and you're like, no, that's not booze's fault. That
Yeah.
is.
Oh,
I'm-
I mean, I've got a person for that.
I got like 4 people for that. It drives.
I
It's
know,
one.
but there's one in particular that I'm just like, no, no, this I didn't
Actually, you
even
don't
know
need to
this
write
person.
Chris's name in the private chat.
I didn't
I got
even
him.
know this person.
I got him.
Have you got him?
Oh, I haven't looked yet. Oh,
I didn't even know this person when they did all that drinking, so I'm sorry, but they're just a cunt.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it's also that's very much. No, what's interesting about this person, and it's one of my favorite blind spots people have. It's one of my favorite ones, which is they talk about a behavior they're doing as they're saying it about something they did when they were drunk, and I love it. It is my
Yeah.
favorite. It is up there with something I've noticed that I keep giving myself PTSD because I'm jaywalking again, and I find it so funny that it keeps happening, and it's just kind of like, really, you don't see your part in this, you fuck. Oh my
That's
god,
great.
he is. Oh my god, that's such a funny, good private chat person. You don't need to know who this is, but it is one of those people that I absolutely enjoy their fringe complaints because they're so out of touch.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
You're like,
They really I just find them so jarring.
here's a rule of thumb. If a person from this country lives in the place that this person lives in, that is a massive red flag. Massive red flag. And there is someone else that also falls under that banner
Oh,
and
let
don't
me
act.
I wanna see who I wanna see if I can figure out who
You
that is.
absolutely can figure out what I'm talking about.
I think I do. Is
Put it in that,
it
put it in my private. Ashley, let's applaud for the private. Correct. Yes, correct. Let's play that
Yes. I
Ashley
mean,
theme, huh?
those 2 are cut from the same cloth, for sure.
Correct. Isn't that such a red flag though? If the person from where they are, living where they are, like, what did you fucking do? What
Yeah.
shortcut do you need to take?
You're running away.
Correct.
You're trying to reinvent yourself. It's so very twee.
It is. It's a lot of weird. Okay, this is a weird thing to say. Let's hold our coffee. Like we're having a little
Ooh,
coffee clutch. Ooh, we're gossiping. Get around
we're
the sewing
gossiping,
circle.
we're spilling the tea. That sound bite is really great.
It's so much longer than it should be.
It's so
That
good.
last part is so. It's like the person starts bombing at the end.
That's excellent.
Like, listen, this is such a sad. This is such a depressing laugh track. Okay, that's good there. Oh, you get like kind of a second wave, and then one guy likes it, but then you're losing him pretty badly now. There's someone having a chat. Someone's talking.
I love that. I love that one so much.
Okay, what were we going to talk about? I was going to spill some
We're gonna
fucking
talk
tea.
about the people in the private chat.
Oh yeah, it's one of those things that's such a red flag.
Yeah.
Like, but it's one of those things. It's one of those subtle, like you never think about it until you think about it. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I'm
this
trying
is
to think, is
a.
there anyone else that
I always get worried if you meet a person that only speaks English, living in a non-English speaking country in Europe, and they do stand-up comedy. That is the biggest red flag in the world. I'm a Canadian and I live in rural Belgium and I promote stand-up comedy. Get ready for a fucking trip, everybody. You are about to meet a psychopath.
Yeah. Do you mean kind of like you said, rural Belgium? So it's kind of off
No, I
the
just
beat.
made that. I made that guy's like a
No, but
combination.
as in, because I have a friend who used to run comedy out in Amsterdam, but it's Amsterdam
I'm more.
city.
I'm conflating like four people. I'm
Okay.
conflating a guy who promotes in the Baltics, a guy who promotes in sort of like
Oh,
Central
do you
Europe.
know what? I know what you mean. I know. I don't know the people you're talking about. I just understand
You
what
know
you
the vibe
mean.
though.
Yeah,
Listen,
I
you know the
understand the
vibe.
vibe.
Kind of
Yeah.
guy who's wearing a suit that you were like, "Was that a vintage suit?" And he's like, "No, he's just had it that one suit for a long time."
It's like that one that it's not necessarily in a non-English speaking country, but the one that basically kept promoting the big no-no guy.
Oh yeah,
And
of course, there's like 8 of them. Put that in the
no,
private
yeah,
chat.
but you know the I forget the name. Oh, um,
Actually, oh my god, yeah, that wasn't stand. Oh my god, hilarious. Yeah, yeah,
it's that vibe though, isn't it?
yeah, very much like that, like
Yeah,
festival adjacent, very greasy.
yeah. It's like I'm trying to get in on. Yeah, it's I can't put my finger on what it is, but it's like they're trying to scoop up the audiences that don't go to the main comedy areas.
Yeah, what it is the people that go to
Yeah,
things like Edinburgh to drink, and
yeah,
then what it is it's people that would just used to go to the pubic triangle, but now they have girlfriends and wives. So they need to do like a thing that is
yeah,
boob seeing adjacent, and then you
yeah,
get fucking insane things. Also, like and also the problem is that stuff like La Soiree, in terms of a vibe, by the way, everybody, ooh, that is the best version of the kind of thing we're talking about in terms of performer vibe, of that
hmm,
it's like this beautiful combination between burlesque and cabaret and variety, and has like all the energy of like, we're gonna see boobies, but then you also see some of the most amazing gymnastics you've ever seen, and then you
yeah,
get the most low rent version of this, which is like someone blows fire and then 3 stand-up comedians just do the worst observations about ethnic folks you've ever seen in a
sure,
tent. And that is always promoted by a guy that is from Boston who lives in Bosnia, and he has 2 suits and he always wears weird sneakers. And
yeah,
those
and he's
people are
definitely
the worst.
definitely committed some sort of heinous act
Yeah.
against women.
Also, here's a big one in America. If a guy is from New York or LA, like born and raised in New York and LA, and lives in Seattle, watch the fuck out. That person is going to suck.
That person's hiding.
Yeah. It's also like there was a reason why they didn't make it in New York and then
hmm
didn't go to LA, because that's the natural trajectory. If you don't like New York, you're going to like LA.
I would like to visit both of them.
Yeah. They've
I'd love.
literally,
I think I would do relatively well to American audiences.
yeah, it's great. Everyone, America is rooting for you to succeed.
Yeah,
Like, this is how, like, you understand? Like, it's like, you're from British and Irish audiences. No one there,
somebody.
every time you walk on stage in those countries, 75% of the room is thinking, this fucking cunt thinks they're funny. Do you
Yeah,
understand how much
yeah,
easier stand-up comedy is in a place where they're like, well, I paid a ticket, so I assume the performer must be up to snuff.
yeah,
Not this fucking, who fucking said this guy could do all the talking at this
yeah.
thing where I agreed to let him do all
I
the
would
talking?
really, really love to come out and do some gigs. I
Oh,
will at
yeah.
some point. I will.
Um,
If the year goes well and I have a
oh,
bit of money saved up, I probably
oh,
will. I
well, you're
probably
probably going
will.
to spend it all in your van. So,
Yes, if I
okay,
don't spend it all in my van, I
I
will.
want you to bring up one of the vans you're looking at. Let's go through it together. Bring it up.
Okay. Right. Uh, let's
Let's get some
get it
Googling music going.
up.
Oh, yeah. Let's search that internet. Put a plus in there. Van life plus best fan. Commas around best fan, so the search has to include it.
Okay.
I learned all of this in school. That's how fucked the world is. There was a time where they taught us using Google in a school.
Fuck's sake.
We better get the
Right.
project. We better get a pen out to explain how to use a computer. Life is fucked. How long is this? There's another 35 seconds of this horrendous song.
It's a terrible, terrible song. Okay, I'm gonna
Ugh.
bring up a couple of the
How
ones
is that
I-
only 25 seconds?
Uh,
Bleh. 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 All right, let's see this fan. Come on, give me that fan. Give me that fan, Ashley. Ashley.
no, that's not the one I was looking at.
This is me thirsting for information. Oh, fuck. That's so gross. What a
That's a
horrendous noise.
terrible sound.
Mouth
Really-
noises are so much worse. Here's the worst noise to think about is sex noises, but the worst noises to hear are mouth noises.
Yeah,
Hearing
mouth
people
noises are
having
not
sex is not
great.
nearly as bad as hearing about someone having to hear someone have sex.
Sure. Okay, I found one of the ones that is one of my favorites.
Go ahead. I really hope it has
Um,
like an airbrush on the side of just a big cock.
Imagine.
It's the pussy wagon from Kill Bill. Damn it.
Fuck's sake. Right. Let me bring it up. So, I really like this one. One of the things I really like about it is that it has a stove. I could stay fucking warm in this.
Oh my God. Let me just say, I like how most people, oh, the stove, I can cook dinner. You're like, oh, I could use that food heater for a body heater.
No, it's a stove. It's not a cooking stove. It's a
Oh
fire.
God damn it. Be more Irish that you specify which stove is for which. Come on.
Right. So
It should come with a one of those harps and a balaclava. That's how Irish that statement was. Oh God, my laptop's slipping. Karma. Oh no, bad karma. Sorry. I fell into a fairy hole. Oh no.
Okay, so I mean we've got a nice little kitchen unit.
Oh, I really like this. Let me just say
Isn't
this
it
right
really
now.
nice?
I'm already claustrophobic. I'm already because I already feel
I'm
like I'll be
okay
hunched
with
over like
small
this.
space. Well, you're really tall, so you
That's
would
right.
be. I'm okay with relatively small space. I like this.
Okay, I want to see another
Am I
slide.
able to go to the next?
I like it too. I got to tell you, the color scheme is so pleasant on the eye.
I thought I'd be able to fucking flick through these photos, but apparently
Yeah,
I'm
what the
not.
hell? What the hell,
Yeah,
website?
I don't know why it's not letting me. I can
What a
do it when it's
sunset as
not
well.
zoomed in.
Know what I like? In
Um,
no way does that look like they just edited that van into the background of a MacBook.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean it just looks like
Ooh.
it does look like a camper van, I guess, but it's not too it's a pretty decent van on the outside, I think.
Now, Ashley, are you going to go full bore and let a boy murder you? The full bore. That's full hashtag van life. Is you travel around a
Yeah.
portion of a country and then someone murders you.
And then someone murders me. Yeah. That's the plan. That's how
I
I've
mean,
always
it's a real
wanted to go.
commitment to a hashtag, but I like that you've already committed that it's the plan. Well,
So it's one of these guys.
oh.
I think this is amazing.
Fun fact, if you put a lot of wood pellets in there, I learned this from Camping with Steve, by the way. It's the if you put a bunch of wood pellets covered in hand sanitizer, it's the same as an expensive fire starter and burns so hot. Like literally,
Ooh.
he did an amazing series. Like, all joking aside, it's an amazing series of do you want to camp outside in the winter? This is how you fucking do it, where he like shows you how to shower just using wilderness stuff, how to do laundry, how to heat yourself. Like it's like minus 47 and he's in like a t-shirt and shorts in a tent. It's so good.
Nice. Really cool. Again, I don't know why I can't just flick through this.
Oh, look at that. Look at that stove.
I think that's amazing.
A gas stove, you monster. You're on the side of Ron DeSantis, I guess, Ashley.
I don't know
Wanting
what
a
that
gas
means.
stove. How do you sleep
Yeah.
at night? I sleep on top of some oil.
We got a sink.
I got to tell you, that's one of the nicest sinks I've ever
It's a
seen in
really
Europe.
nice sink.
That's top 5 best sink I've ever seen in Britain.
We've got a bit of storage in here.
Very nice.
I'm very keen on storage.
Oh my God.
Um,
Here's my
like,
one question.
uh-huh.
I feel like first of all, the idea that they have any sort of, you need some sort of canopy thing immediately to double your space so you can have a little bit of an outdoor work thing. And I would get a collapsible desk for your storage area.
Yeah, probably a good shout.
Look at that. Also, a lot of sporks. Don't be a fool and get
So
spoons
many
and
sporks.
forks. Maximize your drawer capacity. You can also use one of those slots for your pens.
Yes. Oh, that's all of the photos on that one.
Here's my question. What do you not like about this van? I got to tell you, that one looks real nice.
It's really nice, and it's
How much is it?
It's £25,000.
That's not bad.
Which is not bad.
What can you do? Can you just get a loan? You just get a car loan.
So I have an amount saved.
Oh.
And I think I would be able to borrow a bit from my family.
Oh.
Or I might look at getting a loan of some description. I'm going to take this down for a moment. And yeah, I think I would be able to potentially scrape it together and then pay it back probably relatively quickly because I wouldn't be paying rent. You know, so that's the thinking. That's basically the top end of my budget, though.
Of course. So you'd be van poor.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Based on what I have, I think that would be the most I could go to is about 25,000.
I'm gonna say this is one of the few things where I'm literally, I would say, go through some of the, because there's a bunch of I got a bit into the van life YouTube account and went down a rabbit hole. I just love camping.
Sure.
But there's a bunch of like actual good tips and hacks of people that have actually done it.
Yeah.
Including like what kind of toilet to get, which is like the burnt coconut shit bag.
Okay. My folks have already kind of solved that one. They got this amazing kind of portable, it's basically a bucket toilet thing, but it's really, really good. They like really love it.
Here's what I'm going to say right now. If I was with a partner, guess what you're not doing? Shitting in a bucket. You have to have a full toilet. I love you. Which bucket did you shit in? Never a sentence I want to say to someone I love. I got news for you. You can say that to a friend, not someone you also need to be able to fuck.
Yeah, that's really fair. Yeah. I'm on your side.
That's right.
There is another couple of them that have got bathroom spaces in them. I can't seem to find any of them right now. I have a load of them bookmarked.
Do you understand how it would be if you were just living in a fucking van? BC Mute, yes, fun.
I think it would suit me.
I
don't think anyone would be surprised.
What would your pickup lines be for dudes to get them back to your van? I got a van and a plan, and the plan involves your dong. Is that something you would say?
It's not. Yeah, I could potentially hear myself saying that.
What about this? I got a van, and your dong is the candle. Would you say that?
I hate that.
Yeah, no one likes it.
Why would they?
Well,
I'm trying to find the one that did have a bit of a bathroom in it.
I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to be this guy. There is nothing quite like a quality scented candle. Oh, it's just so nice for it's a little treat for your nose.
It is. It's really, really nice.
And also in the COVID years, when I was always paranoid if I've gotten COVID, I always like having a scented candle because you go, do you smell beechwood and vanilla? COVID free, my man.
Oh, here we go. I think no, this isn't it either. Oh, this is so annoying.
Whoa.
I lost the bathroom. Oh no, this one does. Yeah, okay, this one.
All right, we're gonna see I want to see a bucket toilet. Absolutely. Your parents have a strong relationship if they are shitting in a bucket together.
Yeah. They do have a pretty strong relationship.
That's fucking insane.
Right, okay. This one does have a bathroom. I'm going to go back to the start, and then I'm going to share it.
Also, I want it noted, I just realized why I'm feeling very angry, and it's because I haven't eaten all day.
Oh,
classic.
well, yes.
But I
we
do feel like
should-
therapy's working because I identified where I was like, this isn't real. I was like, oh yeah, I have a burrito downstairs I keep forgetting to eat. I'll
Dear.
see you in 16 minutes, burrito. 16.
Okay. So this is another one.
Oh, here we fucking go. This is what I'm talking about here. I liking these
Nice.
hooks. I'm liking the vibe. That's good light. Ashley, you know what's a
Good
quality
light.
thing?
Light.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want another
it's
angle. I
nice.
want to see the window over there. This is a much better. Oh, better color scheme. You want a white color scheme? Let me tell you why. It makes it look bigger. Anything
It
that
makes it look
isn't
bigger.
like, yeah, this already looks so much breezier.
Yeah,
It's so
it is
breezy.
nice.
I also
It's-
like I like that it's also sealed off from the other part a little bit. I think
Yeah.
that's also probably better for
You don't
camouflage.
feel like you're in a car.
That's right.
Yeah.
Is this the same one? No.
This is the same one. Yeah.
This is way better. They did a way better job of the storage.
They
on
did
this.
a really good job.
Here's my question: how much is it for a full customization? Like, how much more would it be?
I think it really depends on what you're looking for.
Because it's so one of those things where, like, I see like just like the built-in unit makes sense, but it's one of those things where it's like, I feel like if you want like premium on storage, if you want a workspace, Jesus Christ, that's nice.
Isn't it? I really like this. So that's the outside of the van. It's quite small as well. Like they've really done a lot with this base.
They certainly have.
Got this little hidey hole thing.
How many people do you think are lying to themselves about how fun this is? What do you think the percentage is? 50?
Probably a lot. Probably a lot.
Like base level, it's 50%.
Right.
Also,
This is the shower.
come on.
It's a waterfall shower. Rainfall shower.
Where are you getting the water from? Do you have to piss? Is it your piss? Are you showering in your piss?
Probably.
Oh, congrats. With a drain? Why wouldn't I
With a
surprise
drain.
and a toilet? Get this
This
van.
is the toilet. It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. You can get a Blumpkin in
There's
your
a
van.
window in the toilet.
Ashley, how often can you get a Blumpkin in a van?
And look, that you would not think that wonderful world exists inside this van.
Yeah, you would not think that this humble vehicle is also the location of the world's first mobile Blumpkin.
I would like it known that I don't know what a blumpkin is.
It is receiving oral sex while you're on the toilet.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yes, it is. Isn't it disgusting? And the addition of it taking place in a van is so much worse.
It's so bad.
It's
I
like
probably
if
shouldn't be
vomit was
showing
on
the,
some poo. Go ahead.
Oh, I probably shouldn't be showing the registration, but here we are.
I mean, well,
It's had a few bumps. That's
Oh, it's
fine. I'm
character.
not
Here's
gonna
my
kick up a
question with this.
fuss.
How many batteries does it have? Because if
I
it
don't
doesn't
know.
have two, go fuck yourself.
I do not know. I'm sure it's in there somewhere. Yeah, there's a leisure battery if that means
Yep,
anything.
there we go.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another fun one.
I think you should definitely get a van. I'm very pro this van.
See, I'm winning people over with this plan.
Here's the main thing I like about it. I don't have to live in the van. Let me stress this.
It's a great idea for somebody else to do.
Great thing to hear about. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more about this while I stand in a structure. I'll walk to my car. Thank you. I will
Yeah,
not. I
that's
have as
fair.
someone who has a tent in his car right now. I feel that I like my plan better.
Yes, but you
Live
don't
in a house,
in
occasionally
my
sleep in
flat.
your car. Go ahead.
You don't live in my flat.
No. Also, we have to return to do you know how cold it is in the UK?
I'm cold right now.
Yeah. There are bricks and skeletons of people that didn't pay some sort of mafioso. And then that weird thing you see in like movies in the 30s, like the in between the drywall that they use, that's like thatches like that. You know what I'm talking about?
Maybe.
Okay, well, there's that. Okay, imagine the only thing between you and the elements is a thin piece of metal and some like bamboo wallpaper. Although
Yes,
you
but
could have an open flame
it's
next
the
to you, which is a bit of a
same, yeah.
counteract to that.
I really think I'm able for that. That's the part that I'm not worried about.
Let me just say this. Our generation is too accepting of adapting. Like, yeah, we kind of go on and on about needing a house, but the fact that literally it's like we've gone from like living in your car is a sign that society is collapsing to like hashtag van life, like hashtag blessed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's we're really, really just doing our best to make the most of the shitty socioeconomic hand we've been dealt.
Yeah, we have really glamorized poverty in a way I'm not comfortable with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in the day, having 3 jobs was depressing. Now it just means that I have a annoying YouTube account where I wear very shiny collared shirts.
I really think like it would
Go ahead,
be
Ashley.
worthwhile giving it a go.
Would
And
it?
if I do a few months and I go, you know what, this wasn't for me, I just move into a flat.
Yeah, but then what do you do with your house van?
I can rent it for a lot of money on
No, you
Airbnb.
can't. Shut the fuck up. Can you?
Yes.
Eat my
And
shorts.
it's
Is that
huge
true?
in Scotland. It's really, really big to rent out a camper van in
I
Scotland.
guarantee you're renting out that camper van for people to do one of 3 things: heroin, orgies, drug orgy.
I'm just saying,
Just
even
saying
if
you're
that's
gonna
what they're
need to buy
doing
a
in
lot
it,
of
they're going to
bleach,
be paying me a
madam.
lot of money to be able to do it in a camper van that looks as cute as any of these do.
I mean, I like this. I like this plan mostly because I think I'm gonna be right about how it ends.
Which is,
You hate it and move back into a flat.
but I have a camper van that I can make money off.
Correct. But still, the most way to make money is
I
live
just
in van.
I just do not think I can hate it more than some of the living situations I've already been in.
I mean, that is interesting. I
Right?
disagree with you in terms of things you can and can't hate.
I just really don't think I could.
Agree to disagree, which is code for you're wrong.
We'll see, I guess.
Or
I'm not doing it yet.
okay,
We'll
let me
see.
ask you this. If I pay for the van, can I then airbrush the outside of it? Preview, the front of it is going to be the Lesbo mobile from Tom Green, where he airbrushed 2 ladies eating each other's pussies on the hood of his parents' car.
Nice.
And then later, I was in a bar in, I'm going to say 2014, and a friend of mine said, "Hey, I'm going to go buy cocaine from this guy. He now works at the shop that airbrushed the Lesmobile for Tom Green," which was one of the weirdest brags I've ever heard in my entire life. It was the most braggadocious I've ever heard a car painter be introduced.
It's brilliant. That is great. I don't think I've ever heard a car painter be introduced.
Well, what kind of life? Well, I mean, that's because you're not out there on the road yet. What will your
Okay.
CB handle be when you're living hashtag van life?
My
Because you, of course, know
CB?
that you, pardon me?
What's my CB handle?
Do you not know about CB radio? God damn it, Ashley. So CB radio is how truckers communicate. It's like you have
Oh,
like the police band and you have another band. So
okay.
if you're living hashtag van life, you want to get on the old trucker band. You know what I mean? Find out where you can buy speed, meet up with a sex worker and murder her in the back of your van, I assume is how they're operating.
Sure.
Yeah, you can hang out and smoke with a lot of people in puffy coats advertising an NHL hockey team if hockey truck stops or if, pardon me, Canadian truck stops or anything to go by.
Hmm.
Oh my God, what was that? Oh, that was you taking the screen away. I was like, is Chris here? His
Yeah,
poor
no, I
kidneys.
just took the screen away.
When are you going to make your hashtag van life decision? Hashtag decision.
I'm
Hashtag.
gonna give it a few months because I won't have the money for that time anyway. I need to kind of save up a bit, and I'm just gonna be too busy.
Mate, if you are living in a van at the Fringe,
I won't be living in
you
a van at the Fringe.
are gonna bang. I got news for you. The novelty plus Fringe of having a van at the Fringe, just hashtag bang.
I mean,
You're gonna be the new bang bus. Move over
yeah,
bangbus.com.
yeah. I mean, maybe I will be, but I'm off for a few weeks in June.
Mate, you
In
can
June,
use it as a venue.
I could, couldn't I? I'm off for a few weeks in June, and I'm gonna do 2 or 3 nights, whatever I can afford, in a van, and then see where I stand once I've done it.
I
Once I've
don't know
gone
why, but
into
I
the
feel like
Scottish wilderness and lived in a van by myself for a couple of nights.
I'm gonna say that your mind is already made up that you want to do this. So you're only going to know you don't like it about 4 months into living in it, because a month in a van and a year in a van is, and I cannot stress this enough,
A very different thing. Yes.
so different.
Yes.
It's
I
the
do
difference between
understand this.
a fist in the ass and, someone's head. Both
Yes.
pleasant.
I do understand that. And I am not kind of fooling myself. I'm not being completely oblivious. I'm not sort of romanticizing the idea at all. I do know it would be difficult, but I just really, really, really don't see it being much more difficult than living in an apartment. For like, it's different. It's difficult in different ways.
Yes.
But I am mentally and emotionally really struggling with living in apartments, and I think that the ways that I have been struggling
I
would
mean, and this is a good
at least
segue for you to
not be.
really get into conspiracy theories, which, let's be honest, that's one of your 3 steps to eventually settling down with a woman who doesn't look but is very much older than you. You know what I'm saying? This is Susan. We're
Yeah.
friends. Pregnant pause
Yeah.
after friends. Yeah. You have a lot of sheepdogs and live in the wilderness. You're not really sure how you guys have money, and it's just chalked up to the fact you don't have kids. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I know
There's just
exactly what
one,
you mean.
and it just turns out the person that you're living with, who is your friend, like everything about them you agree politically, but just there's one glaring exception where you're like, wow, I don't believe in autistic people. One of those, you're just like, how
I
the
want
fuck?
to be Bill and Fred. Is it Bill and Fred? Bill and Frank. Bill and Frank from The Last of Us.
I have not seen The Last of Us.
Well,
I
that
don't believe.
episode is going to break you.
I disagree. I'm
But
not doing
basically,
that.
they realize that they fall in love and they live together and it's great. And then, but there is that kind of glaring ideological difference where they would not have been able to be together pre the event, but because of the world that they live in, they are able to overcome that kind of
I'm gonna say this.
difference in
I'm gonna say
opinion.
this right now. I am not gonna watch The Last of Us, and here's why.
Why?
All of those shows are the same. First season's good. Ramps up by the 3rd season. It's the best thing you've ever seen. 4th and 5th season, crap. I'm not having my heart broken. I did Game of Thrones. We're not doing this again.
I
We're not
don't
doing
think this
Sopranos
is
is
the
the same.
same.
Even The Wire is. Chris is not here, so I can say it. Even The Wire is the same. At a certain point, you're like, all right, let's move this a fucking long.
I don't think The Last of Us is going to be like that. Well, because The Last of Us is based on the games.
Correct. And yeah, Game of Thrones is based off of like a flawlessly well put together fantasy story, and yet.
Yeah, but it's still, I don't know. I think it's a bit. I don't think it's going to become the same scale of show.
I do.
As something like Game of Thrones.
We're gonna find out. We're gonna fucking find out.
It's really good, John. It's really good.
Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't.
It's so good.
Listen, I haven't gotten around to watching The Mandalorian yet. I'm just so done with. Can we just have some original ideas on? Does everything have to be? Do you remember Pac-Man? Well, this edgy drama is based on Pac-Man. Fuck off! Just make your own thing.
The Last of Us is an original idea.
It is not an original idea. It's a video game.
Yeah, but it's
just let the video game be a video game.
Recreation of.
I don't need it.
Fine.
I'm not the only. Chris is not the only unreasonable arty fuck on this program, madam. I'll have you know. I just wear it better so nobody knows.
Unreasonable arty fucks.
That's right. Oh my god, 45 minutes is
absolutely. Podcast name? I don't know.
It's absolutely flown.
If I don't try and suggest a podcast name in every episode,
go ahead. Here's my podcast name: The Dong Slayers.
It's annoying that it's better than other suggestions.
Sorry, go ahead.
I said it's annoying that it's better than other suggestions we've had.
I mean, that's some UTS fun.
That really reminds me of playing. I had a game and it was Barbie as Sleeping Beauty as a computer game. And that sound really reminds me of that.
Oh yeah. Can we talk about how problematic Sleeping Beauty is? Like it is that story is so wild. Yeah. If a girl's sleeping, you fucking kiss them, you pussy. Like that, like, whoa.
Snow White is the same.
That's true.
Yeah, we're really, really brought up with a liberal concept of consent.
Can I say something right now? Do all of the dwarves from the Disney Snow White look like different versions of flaccid penises?
Yes.
Yeah, that's something. That's something. Fucking put that in your pipe and
I
smoke it, Ashley.
will never unsee that.
Yeah, I just thought as well. Well, for another week, how do you feel? I feel good.
I feel like I want to live in a van.
Ashley, are you filled with
I'm going to leave you on one thing though,
UTS fun?
which I feel like living in a van would not help.
Go ahead.
This week, I think I have developed a fungal infection in my feet. I'm wearing big.
Congratulations. We did it, Ashley. We fucking did it, huh?
I've been wearing big work boots, and
Oh no!
it's just
Did they get damp?
I think they must have done. But I also realized that it's because I've never really had issues like this with my feet, but in the past couple of years, I've not been having ready access to a beach that I've always had. You know,
What?
and like you walk on a beach in the sand in your bare feet, and it just cleanses and exfoliates it so much.
I hate you. Are you literally?
And I've never had that before.
That's the most fucking Irish. Like, the reason I have a fungal infection is I don't have access to a beach. That's your theme for this insane statement, and that's coming from me, madam.
I maintain that being on a beach is really, really good for your skin.
You're out of your mind. This is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life.
I'm not
And you know
at
what?
all.
I also
I'm so right.
I so think you
right.
are right, but it's just such a weird thing to say. I got a fungal infection because I don't live close enough to a beach.
I just need to be on a beach and get rid of this. Oh, anyway, I've got a spray treatment thing that I'm going to start using. And
there's a bunch of Scotland is coastal.
No, I know, but I don't have a car and it's far away and it costs money to get the train and I don't. No.
How much to treat a fungal infection? Same amount?
Probably yes. But you would need to be doing it a few times. You need to be doing it regularly. And
I mean, I think there's more holes in your theory than there are pebbles on a beach.
And on that bombshell.
That's all. Penis into her vagina. That's all.